the Sawdust channel. I'm your host, Darius. Today, I hope you like lasers. I know I do. They're pretty cool. So today's video, watch me turn this plain old wall from this to this. Kind of nice, isn't it? And what is probably the most overlooked resource as far as woodworking goes. So welcome everybody. This episode will be in basically 3 parts. First part is the information about the video. So I wanted to have a physical form of my logo done. Pretty much as a backdrop, because if you watch any of my previous videos, you notice it was basically just plain white wall. You know, I wanted a little bit more excitement and something a little bit more eye-pleasing as I'm, talking to you guys and showing projects and everything else in the future. So I had an idea of what I kind of wanted to have done and how I can achieve it. So with resources, kind of limited, so I did my research to see how I can get my logo done, obviously on a budget. Next best thing was checking out the library. Now, we all went to the library for doing research before YouTube and Google, stuff like that. So you probably kind of overlooked that. But you might be actually surprised if you check out your local libraries in your towns and cities. Some of them potentially might have a makerspace. Enough of me talking. Let's roll the footage of the laser cutting the birch plywood into the shapes I needed.
Begin laser ignition!
Alright, so wasn't that pretty cool? The laser cutting and everything else, I thought that was pretty cool. This is how I basically did it.
Alright, so this is the build part. So once everything was cut out, it was time to basically lay it out, figure out where I have to make the drill holes. First started with the actual blades and then the middle section. So I pretty much used about 8 holes to be able to feed the wiring. Kind of like a zigzag pattern from the front back. And obviously you try to clean as you go. So I had a couple pieces of extra plywood. I cut them down in little smaller pieces and used them to give the blades and the actual black acrylic a little more space between the fake wood and themselves, so the LEDs can shine some light and give it a nice cool effect. And once everything was pretty much ready to be glued, that was basically the next step. Glue it down, find something to get some weight on there while it dries. Next day the weight came off. And seriously, there's nothing really better than peeling off that plastic off your telephone screens, that new tablet, and same goes with this acrylic. Nothing beats just peeling that fresh layer off of anything really.
With this one, I don't have all the equipment to basically make this, but a little bit of research and some can-do attitude, and pretty much getting off the couch and making something. You can do your research and find places where you can utilize the equipment that you might not have in your own shop. I don't have a CNC machine or a laser cutter, but that's one of my goals to get. But in the meantime, my local library, and I think probably your local library in most towns and cities, they probably have a makerspace. The best part, if you're on a budget, it's actually pretty much free to use their equipment. The only thing that you would be basically paying for is the materials that you use, whether it's from them or you guys should bring your own. Definitely want to give a shout out to Rob Dumas, Makerspace Coordinator at my local library, Elk Grove Village Library. Great guy, willing to help, and we're both having fun kind of bouncing ideas and figuring out how to get this logo done. Now, you can try looking at your local library and see if they have a makerspace, but definitely want to give a shout out to Rob Dumas. Thanks for helping me get this logo. I think it turned out pretty good, right? Yeah. So, basically, like I said, check out your libraries and see what they have. So the only thing left to do is me stop talking and actually get the next video going. So, thanks for joining me on this episode. And I hope you do hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. And I will see you on the next video.